Assalamu alaikum. Hello everyone. Welcome back to our channel Sterling Education Center. In today's video, we are going to talk about 7 ways to improve your English language skills. Well, English isn't our first language. You might find you need to take an English language proficiency exam such as the IELTS or the TOEFL as part of your application to study abroad. These tests may seem straightforward, but learning to write sophisticated and eloquent manner in a new language doesn't come easily. In order to succeed, you will to put a lot of continuous effort into learning a new language. But there are some quick fixes that can help to boost your test performance at short notice. If the exam is just a few weeks away, here are some ways to quickly improve your English language skills. Watch movies in English. Watching series on Netflix might not exactly improve your debating skill or formal register, but it helps you to understand the language better. Get used to the colloquial conversational forms of English and implicitly get a feeling for the language. Also, you could try to pick out words that sounds highly informal and look up more scholarly counterparts. Of course, there is also a plethora of documentaries to be found only as well. Being exposed to a language for the length of a movie might help you to actually start thinking in English. And secondly, immerse yourself in English language news. Try to sample broad range of English language newspapers, including broadsheets as well as magazines and tabloids, as well as helping you keep up to date with current affairs. This range of news source will also expand your vocabulary. Another advantage is that you will also become more comfortable with how words are spelled and the contexts in which they are used. And thirdly, start a vocabulary book of yourself and thirdly start a vocabulary book of useful words, either in a notebook or on your computer. Start making a list of useful words and phrases. Every time you hear to see a word you are not familiar with, note it down. Don't only focus on the word itself, but search for synonyms and phrases in which it's used. After all, you might understand that, and you might understand what words such as precedence or tantalizing mean, but do you know how to use them accurately? Have conversation in English is third step. So as helpful as listening and reading tasks. Maybe you also need to use English interactively and practice your own speaking skills. If you are lucky, you will be friends with a few native speakers who can help you out. But if not, then try to meet up with someone else studying English. Another option is to talk to yourself in the mirror or record yourself listening to the sound of your own voice might be a little bit awkward at first, but you will be able to hear mistakes of which you weren't previously aware. Okay, practice, practice, practice. Let's face it, academic phrases won't just fall from heaven and straight into your brain, even if your English is already quite good. Don't be complacent and underestimated stressful factors such as the time pressure in an exam. You still have to practice no matter how much time you have left before your big day. Try coming up with a word of the day and then try to employ it as often as possible. If you do this, don't waste time on extremely specific words you will never actually use. Instead, focus on conversational English, which is likely to be relevant in the exam. Curiosity doesn't always kill the cat. In order to improve rapidly, you should ask a lot of questions and resolve them. Don't just read phrases, ask why they are used in a particular way, whether other constructions are possible as well, and don't trust everything you read online. Of course, it is tempting to be content with the first answer that pops up on Google, but you will find more rewards if you show a bit of curiosity. Don't forget to have fun while you learn. If studying the English language only feels like a burden, it will seem tedious and you won't perform as well. This is why it's important to stay motivated and enjoy the experience of learning a few language. Find ways to add entertainment into your studies, such as playing board games with friends, and will boost your critical thinking skills. Obviously, learning a new language is a long-term project, and you can't start from zero and write an academic paper a week later. But when building on a decent foundation, you can achieve great results quickly if you devote yourself intensely, especially for exams like the IELTS. You should really know what questions will be asked, what the formats look like, and how to deal with the respective tasks. Try to stay focused and improve certain parts rather than frantically trying to catch up the everything at once. Just that. Thank you so much.